about your transition from undersized scorer to someone learning to be more of a playmaker, but it seems like there are always those innate instincts to do what you've done before. Did you sort of feel in that third quarter that it was just sort of go time with the offense to be part of the spark of the way you guys just had a takeoff point there?
I mean, after half, I definitely want to be more aggressive offensively, but I was more thinking about defense. You know, everything they had in the first half was just way too easy, and I was just trying to make plays defensively and pick our pace up.
Those 3 blocks are a career high tonight, and I guess you can kind of categorize them.
Blocks?
They categorize them as blocks, yeah. But
I don't know how I feel about that.
what did you see? What what were you looking for
Steal something
when Rob
better.
got the ball and you stopped? You saved like 6 points with those blocks too.
Yeah, I mean, I just was, like I said, trying to make plays defensively. Uh, they were doing a great job of dropping it off to him, especially if it was a lob. But anytime it wasn't, it was he brought it down. I'm trying to get the ball, so I just ended up being right in front of it. Was able to get a hand on it, and we were able to get out and run the other way.
Gabe, Eric just said that early on. It was talk about getting used to that intensity that Boston's going to bring, that Boston's going to play with. How much of that was a factor early on, and did it take a couple of minutes to sort of get used to their speed and what they're going to do?
Yeah, I mean, they're a very physical team, and they came out the gate with that, and that's something we had to respond to and get back to being who we were, like we did in the second half.
Gabe, it's been 2 incredible third quarter bursts to begin the third game, 6 Philly and here. Spo said at halftime he really didn't have to say much tonight. Could you share who spoke a good deal at halftime? What sort of inspired you? What guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think UD's voice was heard a lot. PJ's voice was heard a lot. Jimmy, Kyle, our typical leaders that everyone knows. They spoke up, and other guys chimed in. I think everyone said something. All 17 said something at some point. So it was very player led at half, and Spoke came in and cleaned up some details, and we went out there and picked up our intensity.
How important was the ball pressure in the second half, especially compared to the first half? And was that sort of one of the priorities that you guys talked about?
A little bit. I mean, we wanted them to feel us. They were just way too comfortable in the first half. So I don't know if it was necessarily ball pressure, but we needed to pick up something defensively. I guess that was a part of it.
You mentioned wanting to pick up the pace in the third quarter. How important is transition right now? Was it tonight and in this series for you guys, running off makes, running off misses?
I mean, it's easy buckets. Anytime you can get some easy cheap ones, that always helps. But obviously, it's a lot easier to do off misses. I will say that.
Gabe, you used a ton as a screener in this game. You mentioned career high in blocks, but it might have been career high in screens. How big was that in this game? Just being able to get Jimmy certain mismatches and certain advantages.
Yeah, I mean, that's the playoffs. It's all mismatches and matchups and trying to get the right situation. And it just so happened I ended up being the screener, and it could be someone else game 2. It could be me again. It could be me the whole series, for all I know. So, any chance we get to get the right matchup that we want to attack, and we're going to do what we can to do so.
Gabe, is there any reaction in the locker room, or what was your reaction when you first hear that not only Marcus but Horford isn't going to play just a couple hours before the game starts?
I just said, okay, it didn't change anything for us. We got to come out here, play hard, and get a win. Doesn't matter who's on the floor.
All right, Gabe, thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.